find you these wonderful cheetah. Look at this. And the fact that there are 5 of them just makes this moment that much more special. They're quite well fed, so I think they're just checking their territory, which seems to be a very large one. Each time we see them, it's in a new area. And this is just absolutely magical. Whew, well, what a relief. There was a mad panic that we had got into this area a little bit late today. It's been a busy day. And I'm just going to reposition again quickly. And we were worried we weren't going to find these guys. We're planning on spending the night with them so that we can wake up first thing in the morning and make sure we get you guys as much action as possible from them. So imagine spending the whole night out here with no cheetah. That wouldn't be much fun. So just in time for us, thankfully. We got lucky. Okay, I think this might be another good spot to wait. There goes the cheetah researcher, Eleanor, who I'm sure you guys will meet at some time. Hello, R. Beard. You are very impressed with Jean-André's fancy camera work as well as his subjects and are suggesting we put one of these cheetah sunset silhouette shots into the show reel. I couldn't agree more, and I don't think Jean-André would either. This is too good. Seems like the other two are going to pop a little bit down in the foreground. The first two couldn't have done a better job giving us some wonderful views with that red oat grass in the background. Oh. Well, from having no cheetahs to having this, I think it's fair to say luck was hugely on our side this evening. Wunderbar. Now let's take another closer look at them as they head in front of the vehicle. You'll notice that they do have quite full bellies, so that's something to take note of. What have you seen?
Tommy running behind.
Oh, well done. Jean-André says there's a Thompson's gazelle behind us. And I'm sure with their full bellies, they're probably not going to be too interested in a Thompson's gazelle. These 5 boys, if you haven't met them before, tend to focus on hunting wildebeest, and they're quite specialized regarding cheetah. Because there's 5 of them, they can manage to bring down fully grown wildebeest, which is quite some task, even for 5 cheetah. Quite risky business, but you could almost relate this coalition of 5 male cheetah to a coalition of 5 male lion that bring down buffalo and large prey such as that. These guys are just a slightly lighter weight version thereof. So a cheetah wildebeest is kind of equivalent to a buffalo lion showdown. Hello to, I think it's Tiny. You've had a very interesting comment in that you said, Tony, that it reminds you of the Lion King, or except that there are loads of cheetahs and therefore it is the Cheetah King. And I think this is, especially with that sunset, some worthy footage to put forward to Disney for what surely should be made the Cheetah King movie. Well, cheetah are not good climbers, and this tree looks a bit too vertical for them to try and hop up. A friend of mine was guiding some of his guests through the Mara the other day, and he was lucky enough to bump into these 5, and he got some beautiful photos of, I think, 3 of them up a fig tree all at once. but this tree is a little bit too tricky for them to climb. If they've got more of a kind of 45-degree angled trunk, the cheetah can sometimes have a go. Hello Jackie, you would like to know if these cheetah will fight over kills, and from what we've seen there isn't too much fighting. There's a little bit of growling and hissing, but not much fighting so far. I think if they were to catch something small though, which we haven't seen them catch yet, and they were very hungry, then yes, I think a dominance hierarchy would certainly kick in, and it will certainly kick in when there's a female around. So even though the 5 of them are working as a team, there will be times when only one of them can be the boss. Now what's interesting is that the last time I drove through these plains they were full with wildebeest, and it feels like there's not too many around now, not too much prey. Having said that though, there's a whole bunch, mainly zebra, in the distance in the direction they're going, so there is a little bit of prey there. But it's really interesting to notice how the large herds of wildebeest fluctuate in their movements so greatly. I think some of you got lucky with Jamie and some crossing action this afternoon at a crossing point that literally only started getting... Oh, there goes some Thompson's gazelle. They've made a good move getting out of town. And, ooh, that's a Grant's gazelle. That's a little bit chunkier than a Thompson's gazelle. Maybe that might catch their attention. Let's go and see. We don't want to be left in a cloud of dust. Thanks, Eleanor. She's a wonderful lady. We haven't spent much time with her, but she's really, really interesting. And she spends as much time as she possibly can with these cheetah. And what she's doing is she's got a massive microphone that she's recording all of their interesting audio sounds and communicatory sounds that they have between one another, and she's trying to work out what it is they're saying to one another. So she's a wonderful person to know out here, and she's gonna be able to provide us with a lot of information. We've just been quite chaotic. Every time we bump into her, we're like rushing the opposite way or trying to get some good shots. So we haven't pinned her down and gleaned as much info as we can off her, but it certainly will be something we do in the future, or as soon as time allows. What are they going to do next? The Grant's gazelle that was here has disappeared.